Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a review of the Emerald Knight. This set was released in late 2009 and it was a set that would change my love for LEGO forever. This is the best LEGO train set that LEGO has ever made, and they have yet to make anything as good as this. I had one of these for Christmas 2009, bought another one a little bit afterwards, and thus the Emerald Champion was born, and the rest is history. If you are new to the channel and you don't know what the Emerald Champion is, go to my channel. There will be a LEGO playlist labelled Emerald Champion, and it's basically this on steroids. At the moment it's absolutely huge, but this video isn't about the Emerald Champion, this is about the Emerald Knight. The original, the best, the beautiful. So this is one of many LEGO train sets that I got recently via an auction. And this is, again, like the other ones, second hand. This set only came with the main bricks and, well, it came with everything except for the stickers, is what I basically should have said. I did make one change, and I took the plate off my custom one, which had Emerald Knight and the 10194 number sticker on, and put it on this model. I think it's more appropriate to this model as well, because this is actually called Emerald Knight, so we may as well put that one on there. But this is a gorgeous locomotive. I have my third passenger coach now. I will get into the details about the passenger coach in time, but for now let's look at the locomotive itself. So you may have noticed the controller I've got here. That is because this has the ability to be wired up with power functions, and after building it, that is exactly what I did. The motor sits in the tender there we are, it's turned on, and now it lives. The battery box is a bit low on power, so I might need to get a new one, but it is just unbelievable. It has a massive, well, I won't say a massive, but it's got one of the bigger motors in the cab, and it's sitting in the place where this firebox would be. That's a really cool little build there, and this is the sort of thing that, you know, over 2 days of a LEGO advent calendar this will be put together. Again, it's really detailed, it's very cool. We've got the fireplace going on, we've got a shovel stand next to it, and the door, of course. Now again, this is second hand, so the head I got for the driver is incorrect. I thought it was just updated, but no, this is just wrong. It still looks good though. I mean, the body and the trousers are definitely simple. The hat's nice though, which is another plus side, but ultimately, who cares? But the power function's in there, you can't get in the cab anyway, so not a problem. Another thing with the power functions as well is, whilst one side controls the wheels, the other side will control the lights. It's a bit difficult to see because of the current lighting I've got for this video, but I will definitely be doing an action video of this train. I'll do some day shots where it goes around the track normally, and a few darker shots where I've got the light on, because it will stand out and it will look absolutely amazing. So the Emerald Knight is based off British locomotives. It is most commonly referred to as the Flying Scotsman by kind of the casual LEGO train fans. Yes, I can see the resemblance, but it's not a direct copy. There are a few differences, most notably in the tender, that make it different to the Flying Scotsman. I think there are a few details by the front as well, by the cylinder details and kind of this front section as a whole, as to, you know, what is different between this locomotive and the Flying Scotsman. The dark green bricks are brand new detailed and coloured bricks that were introduced in 2009 with this set. The green is a lush dark green, and the curved pieces that make up the boiler have these gold stripes printed on them. Not all of them are exact. You can see a few ones like here where the line kind of curves a little bit. You can see another one there where they kind of just curve into the brick itself a little bit. Not the best thing ever, but it's not something you're going to really be looking at when this train goes by. When you see this thing and you've got like 10 coaches behind it, you're just going to see it go by you. You know, certain little things like that don't really stand out, so that's okay. With the power functions, this centerpiece is actually different. So these two 1x4 plates will actually be replaced by some of these smaller slope bricks here. I just got one from the tender. So they would go along there in green, of course, and these two actually sit in the middle. but due to the changes of the power functions being there, it now looks like this. It looks a little bit clunkier and a bit more obvious that it's there, but given those details, I think it looks really good. They did a really good job in making it fit in pretty well. The wheels are splendid, absolutely splendid. This was the first Lego train that Lego made to use these wheels. Such wheels did exist before then, with Big Ben bricks being a thing, and now with a couple of other people around the world making their own sized of Lego compatible train wheels. The market and the variety is just over the top now. It's brilliant. But this train truly kicked it off, and Lego finally did something right with this model and this set overall by including these wheels. I for one have a lot of these wheels, and if you were to try and get some nowadays, it will cost you a hell of a lot of money. Oh dear. So going to the back again, you can see the resemblance to real life locomotives. These sort of slanting or sloping rather detail here kind of really makes it fit to the side of the boiler really well. It's done really nicely. And the cab, again, it has a nicely shaped cab. It's nothing too big, but it's not a small cab either. If you were to look at it from the top, you may notice that it is actually 7 studs wide. This is the first time I've ever known Lego to kind of go against their 6 wide Lego train tradition. But, you know, for someone like this, for how much detail they had to capture, this obviously made sense. And again, I don't recall any of the Lego train sets in particular to do the same thing ever since. Coming over to the tender now, this is a nice looking tender, but if they wanted to try and capture that sort of realistic look, they could have made a couple of improvements. So whilst the cab is 7 wide, the tender sticks to the traditional 6 wide. The space where the battery box is would normally be empty. You could fill that with other bricks if you really wanted to. And the other details along the back are just something that is actually a thing on British locomotives, where it has this sort of laddering detail and a couple of tidier elements with that light being there as well. So whilst that is a thing, it's not correctly suitable for the boiler of the locomotive, but nevertheless it looks absolutely gorgeous. On the tender as well are these little flappy door bits. This is to really connect the tender to the cab. So in normal locomotives there will actually be a complete plate going across the middle there, so the fireman can actually get the coal from the tender and put it into the firebox. Sadly, because this is Lego, you can't really do such a thing. Well, technically you could, but it's a bit more complicated, and for something at this sort of scale, not really viable. But nevertheless, it's good, it works, and it's gorgeous. Again, it's absolutely gorgeous. Try and tuck that wire back in there. There we go. There are a total of 8 wheels on the tender. So we got 2, 2, 2 and 2, because they're in pairs of course. They swivel around quite nicely. When I got my first one a decade ago, I saw this centerpiece, and it's actually built up with a 2x2 circular piece in the middle, so there is no gap between the wheels and the bricks inside. And I thought to myself, how's it going to be able to move around? But it allows it to move around in a way where it's not crazily turning. It's like not like overdoing it in a way. And again, this is the one set where they put a lot of attention to detail and made sure it was built to the absolute maximum, which is really nicely done. Sadly, as you saw, the boiler and, well, not necessarily the boiler, but the cab and the tender side of the model, it looks quite naked. There's no stickers. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's second hand. I don't have any other spare ones to hand as well, so I can't really apply any of my own. But it's not a major problem though, because I can definitely fix that again in the future. Now, let's move the locomotive backwards and look at the coach. Now, if you've been a subscriber to my channel for a long time, you will already know what the coach looks like. Well, if you've even seen Lego trains, you will know what this coach looks like. But I do need to point a few things out with this passenger car in particular. First of all, I'm going to get my other two. There we are. You can tell which ones are the older ones because look at the roofing. So that's brand new. And this has all been bleached and weathered by sunlight. Oh dear, that's not doing anyone any favours. But having 3 of them is awesome. Now this one in particular, because it's the second-hand one again, no stickers on either of the doors, which is a bit of a bummer. And none of the doors came with the appropriate pieces. So this is what I've had to do. So you can see I've got a 2x1 tan tile piece in the place of the door handle. That didn't come with the set. The set didn't actually come with any of those bricks at all. These two here, I've got the same on the other side, it's symmetric. These are actually just my bricks. Again, if I were to have completed this set without adding anything else, those door handle pieces wouldn't be there. It would just be a little bit like a little gap. Which is terrible, because anyone who's going to be selling Lego needs to make sure all parts are there. And for a set of this prestige, they absolutely have to make sure that everything is there. It's not a major problem seeing I was able to find replacements, but I'm still really annoyed and upset with the fact that I didn't get everything with this set. If we were to take a look inside now, we can get a good look at what's going on. We find the other 2 minifigures. We have the Conductor, I believe the name for this position is. He has the darker tanned suits, which is like the more professional, like the underground sort of suit I think this would be more appropriate for. And we have our passenger, who is sitting in there having some drinks or whatever else. It does come with a few of, what's it called, baggage, luggage, suitcases, that's the word. So you can see where my finger is now, you can see a couple of suitcases that actually do come with the set, and it's really good to add some more details like that again. You saw inside there was a mug on the table, very good indeed, and also a set of drawers just to put some other things inside in case you didn't have any space where the suitcase area was. Let's try and get him back in there. Oh, he fell over. All in all, this coach is still very nicely done. The detailing is amazing, and it looks really good when you've got more than one of these in a line. Okay, so let's turn it back around that way because I've got the yucky handle at the back. Oh, it looks so good with the power functions, it really does. Okay, so that is it for this video. The Emerald Knight is still one of the best LEGO train sets ever to be made. There currently, at the time of recording this, is still nothing to be able to match this. Recent sets have come out like the Hogwarts Express, the Winter Holiday Train, Constitution Train Chase, whatever. They've all been released and they use large train wheels, but nothing has ever been able to meet the standard, the absolute quality, and just the popularity as well of a set like this. And the thing is, I don't think it will be met anytime soon either. So there we go, that is the Emerald Knight. I will be doing a video of this train in action, and I'm also going to do a video comparing this to my custom version, the Emerald Champion. That's going to be an exciting time. So thank you all ever so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.